Hi everyone, my name is Erica Robinson and I'm one of the fertility coaches over at babybloomers.co. So Baby Bloomers is an online fertility and pregnancy coaching, group coaching program that myself and my business partner Jessica Sangiuliano created. So we are the top two fertility coaches over there that work with clients. And both of us are naturopathic doctors by training who our clinical programs have been so effective at getting women pregnant. I know looking at my own stats over the past year, I've had a 70% effectiveness rate, which beats the traditional naturopathic therapy at 65%, and most of the assisted reproductive strategies at around 43% for IVF and things like that. So we had such great success with our own clinical programs that we've decided to take this to the World Wide Web and be able to bring what we've learned to a much larger audience, which is you guys, and really help the world get pregnant naturally and safely and bring increased health to babies and communities. So on that topic, what we're doing is we're creating an online video series to really give you guys tidbits of how to get pregnant and what you can be doing to get pregnant that has maybe been in your way before, how to get those barriers out of your way. So on that note, today's topic is all about the top 4 barriers to getting pregnant when you have a fertility concern. And now I want to frame this to say that this is for people who already know what's going on, like say they know that they have PCOS or fibroids or endometriosis, but they're not doing anything about it. Or say it's people who haven't even done the investigative work to find out why they're not getting pregnant and they're not doing anything about it. And maybe that's you. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. That's why we're here. So we're here to help you get past that barrier of not knowing what's up and how to go about getting pregnant in the face of that. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is just really not knowing, like really having not done the investigation yet. So a lot of people and couples are trying to get pregnant and they actually don't know what's so. They don't know what's in their way, and that's the very first step. You've actually got to know what's so before you proceed, right? So you've got to do things like working with an expert, somebody who specializes or has a special focus on fertility and they've been working in this field, getting good results, and you want to find out and do the investigations. So that might look like lab work, that might look like imaging like ultrasounds or a hysterosalpingogram, might look like laparoscopy if you're going to do some deeper procedures when working with a fertility clinic. And that's something that we educate our clients a lot on. What are your options? And based on the symptoms that you're reporting, what's indicated? What kind of studies are indicated to be done? And even then, you've got to make sure that the right set of eyes is looking at your labs, because the way that a GP looks at it is much different from the way that a fertility specialist like an endocrinologist looks at it. And that's where we stand as fertility coaches. We look at it with that more fine-tuned set of eyes that's looking for a narrower range, which is to get you pregnant. So step 1 is the barrier to getting pregnant is just not knowing and not doing the investigative work. So stand in finding somebody that can help you and get the results that you need. So find the lab results that you need to get pregnant. The second thing is worrying about all of it yourself. You're going to hear me keep coming back to this because it's an ongoing theme. So women that are worrying about this issue all by themselves, or maybe they have a GP, maybe they have a fertility specialist, but they haven't really followed up with them, and they're putting all the onus and all the pressure on themselves. They're not letting their partner do much of the research, or maybe their partner doesn't care to do the research, and they don't have an effective leader in this area of their life to essentially bracket and assign this topic to and to give it to them. I'm all for women being educated and knowing, but when it's all on your shoulders, it feels like the weight of the world. And we know that leads to more cortisol output, which means more blockages in fertility. So please, I stand in you assigning leadership in this area of your life to somebody for whom this is their expertise. You're an expert at whatever you're an expert in the world, and that's what you're here for. That's your mission on earth. You're probably not also meant to be an expert with fertility. That's our mission on earth. So that said, find yourself an expert in your area or somebody that you can reach online to work with. There's a lot of phenomenal programs out there. And just by doing that, you'll lower cortisol levels, you'll lower stress, and you'll probably have a much better action plan designed for you. That brings me to my next piece. Number 3 is not having an action plan or a structure for fulfillment. So not actually having a way to fulfill on removing the barriers to fertility in your case. And we know that things like PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis, poor cervical mucus quality, recurrent miscarriages. Those things, we have lots of ways of dealing with all of those things. And you might just not have an appropriate structure or plan in place to sort of decrease the results of those conditions and make yourself more fertile. So it could be as simple as that. And again, that's when I would look to an expert or a leader or a coach in that area to design one for you. And then it's your turn to really, really fulfill on that. That brings me to tip number 4, which is having integrity, keeping your word, and keeping your accountability. So maybe you have worked with a specialist or with an expert or a coach. They've designed you the perfect plan for what you're going through, but you're just not fulfilling on it. So this is where you've got to put structures in place to remind yourself to take your supplements, to have maybe reminders on the fridge, have a checklist on the fridge, put reminders on your iPhone or your cell phone to remind yourself to take certain things. And you've really got to create a schedule too in your calendar of when you're going to do things like fertility massage or fertility yoga poses and things like that. And really build it into your life the way that you would build time for your baby into your life, because that baby is coming and it does need that space. So why not start now? And not having that accountability piece could be as simple as you haven't followed through with keeping your leader, or keeping your coach, and having them stand for you and be there for you when you have a breakdown from the possibility of this pregnancy plan. So it could be keeping somebody like that around you. The final thing, the really big thing that I want to talk to is when your partner is not committed or when your partner isn't really in it with you. And this is the 5th thing I'm going to mention, and it's something that Jess and I see a lot in our practices and in our work with baby bloomers, where the woman is doing all the work and the husband not so much. And this could be a red flag. We do work with couples. We work with the husband or the male partner as well to really get his health in line and to make sure, you know, the quality of his sperm and semen are good to contribute to this pregnancy. But it can be a red flag when your partner's not interested. And there's usually a lack of integrity somewhere in the relationship that's not being examined. And that's what a coach or even a counselor can help you get into. So now our work as coaches is really to get you and your partner being actionable. And if there is something deeper that requires counseling, we definitely recommend that. And if that seems like the fit for you right now, just based on what I'm saying, I would say seek that out and find out why is it that your partner doesn't want to get involved. Does he not really want to get pregnant? Is there something in his mindset in his way? Is there something about you and him that hasn't been resolved or is incomplete between you guys, and this is sort of a subconscious way of him getting back at you? I've seen it all. I'm sure Jess has too, and that has to get resolved to move forward, because you really do need your partner playing on the same playing field as all of us. So that's something that we work with couples for. So if you like what you've heard and you want to hear more, we would love to have you on our fertility call that's coming up this Thursday. That's May, I want to say the 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 9 p.m. We'll provide details below. If you're watching this video past that date, you can always head over to babybloomers.co, that's babybloomers.co, and sign up for our newsletter to get more sweet videos like this that can help you pinpoint where you might be bumping up against barriers to getting pregnant and what to do about it. So we look forward to having you in our discussion and in our group, and joining us over on the website and contributing to the world getting pregnant in a safe and natural way. Hope you gained something great from this video, and we look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Bye for now.